John.
Jay,
You have that skeptical look on your face, John.
Always a little skeptical, Jay. On this question of families of those who have lost loved ones in serving our country, you said that the White House knew that this problem would be there in the event of the shutdown.
The Department of Defense informed Congress, so Congress knew about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So Congress knew about it. The White House knew about it. The president is the commander-in-chief. He's the chief executive. Was there literally nothing that he could do to ensure that these families are taken care of? I mean,
he's doing it today, John, because it was not addressed by Congress in the Pay Our Military Act.
Did he
it was
ask
not
Congress to take care of it in the Pay Our Military Act?
John.
I mean, were there any discussions there?
John, the Republicans shut the government down. None of this would be an issue if the government were open. Okay. Two, Department of Defense, as every agency did, warned Congress of the myriad consequences of shutdown. This is one of those consequences. Unfortunately, it was not explicitly addressed in the Pay Our Military Act. I'm not assigning blame for that, but it wasn't. The President learned that this had not been addressed. He directed the OMB and his lawyers to find a solution, and they're working on that, and we expect one today. So I don't think there's any disagreement that this is a matter that needs to be resolved, that it's unthinkable that these benefits would not be available, and therefore he's doing the right thing as Commander-in-Chief and making sure that it's resolved.
But what I don't understand is there's discretion clearly in deciding who's essential and who's not essential, who is furloughed and who's not furloughed. You're here, these briefings are taking place. I mean, there's clearly decisions made. How could there not have been a decision made that if there's anything that's essential, it would be taking care of those who lost loved ones in the field of battle?
And so the Department of Defense informed Congress that this would be a consequence among many other consequences, and it wasn't. Well, John, look, I mean, again, if you want to editorialize, Commander-in-Chief, when he found out that this was not addressed, he directed that a solution be found, and we expect one today.
So
I think
didn't
that's
find out until yesterday that this was not being addressed?
I think I've just been pretty clear about the process here. Congress was informed, as it was informed of all of the consequences of shutdown, and they are many, as we see, and the solution to all of this is not the piecemeal reaction to them or Band-Aid approach to solving them. It's opening the government at funding levels Republicans set. Remember, if anybody thinks that Democrats in Congress are getting a concession by extending the government on a short-term continuing resolution at funding levels, sequester levels, agreed to and celebrated by Republicans, they're sorely mistaken. Leader Pelosi and Leader Reid deserve credit, and Democrats in the Senate and the House deserve credit that they agreed that it was too important not to shut the government down. They agreed to an extension at those levels, and unfortunately, Republicans instead decided to launch a quixotic crusade against Obamacare, one that everyone knew was going to lead to nothing. And everyone across the country who has even a tangential relationship with the government is suffering as a consequence.